I really appreciate the intellectual landscape of this community. I think it's also rather healthy community. I think it's a safe space for experimentation.
Usually in my lessons, what it looks like is I just come up with ideas, and even though I have very abstract sketches, somehow at the end of the lesson I always come out of it in a more organized way.
I would say 60 to 70% of the curriculum is based on projects, and that's why I chose to study here, because you have an end goal that you're working towards. From the beginning of the year, you're choosing what projects you want to do, and they are very much in collaboration with people outside the conservatory. That's a plus, because when you graduate, you have contacts already that you know from your years of study.
In Bachelor 3, in the third year, we have a project with KVK students, with the Art Academy, and which is what we're seeing here. They're put into situations where they have to collaborate, and they have to really look at these different art forms, because the students from the Art Academy come from photography, come from fine art, design, interactive media design. So there's many different, say, skills and ways of thinking that they could sort of collaborate with.
The beauty of all these projects is that composers not only can share and learn and test all their ideas with ensembles, but ensembles are also learning what new ideas exist among young composers. And because it's almost always presented for an audience, also an audience keeps up to date with common ideas.
So at the Conservatoire of The Hague we have two main subject teachers for composition, which is my biggest plea for the for the department. I think it's really, for me at least, it was extremely important to have two at the same time, especially because this is also quite unique. All the teachers at the composition department are very different in a very good way. They're very outspoken, but all with a very different opinion.
Well, we always insisted that the main subject teachers would also be involved in the research. The advantage is that you think better, so that at the end of it, the students, there's a cohesion between what they make and what they think. So it's not as if the two things are split off, and that's sort of the idea behind it.
For the composition department, there's a very strong relationship. I think with composers are always researching anyway. We're always figuring out what we're doing, how we're doing it, why. So it makes sense that it's often very connected to their own practice as a composer, to what they're doing, to what they're composing. And so it's really just trying to figure out what are the questions, what are the things that are driving people along.
I think what we try to do at the composition department is really, everyone comes in with unique personalities, unique ideas, but everyone needs to be daring and be encouraged to really go for your unique, special talents and dive into it and become a really special composer.